Welcome to the Apple Report. I'm Dr. Karen Hiltz. Last week we talked or did an introduction with regards to school choice, parental choice, education alternatives, however you want to identify it with regards to K-12 education. This week we're going to focus a little bit more with regards to two of those options, charter schools and tax credit programs. Now let's begin with the tax credit programs. There are 10 states, according to the research that I did in preparing for this session, that have legislated tax credit programs. Now, tax credit programs are based on donations. They can be individual donations or business donations. And some states will refer to the programs as scholarships, tax credit scholarships. Some just refer to them as a tax credit program. The one I'm familiar with is in Virginia. They have the EISTC, or the Education Improvement Tax Credit Scholarship Program. So they do identify it as a tax credit scholarship. What it is that individuals and businesses are authorized, based on the legislation, to provide donations. They can come from individuals or they can come from businesses. And it allows those individuals and businesses in the year that they gave the donation to apply a percentage of that donation towards their income, their taxable income. Now, other states have different criteria, so it's incumbent upon you to do a little bit of research with regards to the state and how they manage and authorize and allocate their programs. Some states will allow 100% tax deduction or tax credit. Some states will only allow a 50%. So there again, tax credits, like every other program, is state specific. Now, with regards to charter schools, let me make a correction to something that I said last week, in that I said the majority of charter schools fall within the public education system, which is correct. My error was that I said that there were a couple of private charter schools out there. Well, my research in preparing for this session revealed that there are no private charter schools. In the past, some charter schools were referred to as public or private, but really, if you think about it, a private school is a private school. Charter schools are part of the public education system. Now, they are legislated, and there are 43 states and the District of Columbia that have legislation that authorize charter schools. And that you can look up further information through the National Conference of State Legislatures. If you'll go to their website, you'll find additional information. But if the charter schools themselves are legislated via the state. And there are particulars with regards to what type of charter school is it, who has the authority to approve a charter school, who will be the governing body for the charter, what kind of curriculum are they going to have, what are the criteria that's going to be established for the staff, the teachers, and things of that nature. So anyway, there's a range of things, and there again, go to your state statute or state code, and you'll see the criteria that needs to be submitted to the state or to the authorizing entity. Now, you'll hear that some states have charters that do better than others. Let me back up just a second. There are some states that have caps. For example, one state may only authorize 100 charter schools for the whole state, or they may authorize 200 charter schools for the whole state. There are some states that have no cap, so you have to see if that's applicable if you're interested in starting a charter school as well. Are there caps in your state? But going back to charter schools and their effectiveness, there's a lot of research out there that charter schools are doing a great job, and there is some research out there that says that charter schools are not doing so good. But there again, who's doing the research and what are their biases? That's what you need to know. Because just like any institution, any business, any organization, it is incumbent upon understanding the management and the leadership of the organization. It boils down to what are the skills, what's the knowledge and experience that the leadership and the management is bringing to the table. As in any business, there's good and bad, just as there is in charter schools and just as there are in public schools and private schools. It is incumbent upon the human resource factors, the human resource element, and the team that is running the show. The research reflects that charter schools do a good job, and there usually are waiting lists for charter schools as well. So there are business components to education, just as there are business components to the McDonald's down the road and the Verizon store up the road. So understanding what your goals and objectives are, what your strategy is to achieve them, are business components that are relevant and applicable to charter schools as well. Do your homework, do your research before you make your decision, and make sure that it's a good fit for your child, whichever option you choose. I hope this was informative. Please like and share, and please feel free to give me feedback. Talk to you next week.